Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sigvaldo Grim here, and today we are going to go over the Eastern Gear material chest in depth and see if this is truly worth your money. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this where I break down stuff and try to help new players figure out the game. So first of all, I want to say that from a marketing perspective I don't like it, because it says 50% off, but this chest never was at a price of 640, and that 50% off is basically meaningless and is just a marketing thing, as is the fact that it says that it's only available for 20 hours. So it's something like buy it now or you are going to regret it. Both of those are marketing tactics that are used to make you buy the chest. And the sad thing about this is that experienced players will know that this is a marketing tactic, because they know this chest has never before been up and it has never been double the price, and that 50% off is really nothing. But the new players will be like, oh my god, this chest was so much more expensive, 50% reduction, I have never ever seen this on a chest, it must be worth my money. So that 50% chance off is just a marketing plot. Now let's get into the actual chances that you've got for it. And I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, he's got low chances for this and high chances for that. We're going to break down all the chances. We're going to see what you're going to get from 100 chests. Then we're going to see what you would get from 128 gear resources chests. If anybody remember gear resources chests, they were quite recently in the special offers, and they might come back, they might not, we don't know that yet, but they were the closest thing we had to compare to this. And for the amount of gems that you will spend in order to get 100 of those chests, you would get 128 of the other gear resource chest. First of all, let's see what you get from 100 chests of this. Keep in mind that this calculation is made with average luck. You might get better odds than this, you might get much worse odds than this. It's all gambling basically. So what I have done in order to reach this conclusion is that I have divided I have multiplied every single value with its percentage, because all of those values have a percentage, and that is basically means how many of them you will get out of 100. So for example, for 100 chests you have 5.56 chance to get 50k gear materials. What that means is that with average luck you will get 5 times, with a higher likely to get 6 times 50k materials from 100 chests. With 10,000 gears, the 40% chance, it means that with average luck you will get 10k materials 40 times if you open 100 chests. So after making all the calculations that I am going to be putting on screen, if I haven't put this already because I'm editing the video after I'm going to register, you will end up, if you open 100 chests, with around 1,567,400 gear materials. I have never said in English a number so high. And you will end up with 350 reforges. And the result was actually 349.8 reforges, but we just went with the bigger approximation. And for the price of 32,000 gems. Keep in mind that this is with average luck, and you might get better results, but you will most likely get worse results, because when you are gambling you need to always assume the worst. And on the other hand, let's see how many chests, resource chests you will get for 32,000 gems. Again, the resource chests are the most recent thing that gave reforges and materials that is comparable to the thing we have over here. So from 128 chests that, keep in mind, are 32,000 gems, the same price that you would get 100 of those chests with, you are going to get the following. And keep in mind that one gear resource chest used to give 8,000 materials and 6 reforges, and this was a stable value, no gambling, no percentages. So the flat value of 126 gear chests is going to be 1,000 1,008,000 gear materials and 756 reforges. So what can we see already? First of all, you are going to get on one hand a little bit more gear materials, but let's be serious, you shouldn't really buy those chests for gear materials. But on the other hand, you are going to get more than double resources if you were to buy the old gear resource chest. And a quick information that I'm also going to add over here, I don't know if it's very relevant or not, but in order to get 5 gears of a hero all the way to level 60, you will need 856,100 gear materials. But most people and everybody should open these chests if they were to open it for gear reforges. And in terms of gear reforges, it's not worth your time and your gems, because this is going to give you almost half the amount of the stable chest that was for such a long time in the special offers. And at the same time, keep in mind that NetherRealms is aware that players want gear reforges. It's aware that is a very high demand for them and they are very rare to get. They are implementing a marketing plot to make new players make the mistake of buying this chest. And in terms of reforges, they are actually offering a worse deal than the old stable chest. We're not even going to talk about the gear resources pack that was a long time ago, since that's already history and that had much better odds. And the closest thing, as I said, we can compare it is with the gear resources pack. That was a stable pack that literally said what it's going to give you for that amount of money. So you will get less than half the amount of the old offer that you could access in the special offers. And keep in mind that this is a holiday chest, this is a one time in a year chest. We should actually get a better offer out of this, but unfortunately we get a worse one. You are going to be advantaged only slightly in the gear material sector, but most certainly you shouldn't go for gear materials, because you will eventually get many gear materials, but the reforges are much rare to encounter. So the conclusion is that, in my opinion, nobody should buy this chest, because it's a downgrade from the most recent chest that we had in the special offers, and that was a stable chest, not an event chest. And you might be better off getting gear reforges by refreshing the campaign heroic and then shattering the gears. I don't think I am able to make calculations for that because it is so random how many gears you are going to get, and then how many reforges you are going to get from the gears. But I can say with 100% certainty almost that you are much better off using the 50 gems to refresh your energy for heroic, and then shattering gears than spending gems on this chest. And for the new players who don't know how to farm reforges on heroic campaign, I will do a quick demonstration in a moment. Okay, so I'm on my main account right now and I have already farmed all the heroic campaign, unfortunately, but I can show you on the 7th chapter. So basically you want to do this from the 8th chapter downwards, but I'm going to start from the 7th chapter since I have already done the 8th chapter today. You are just going to sim those fights. And every time you do this, you have a chance to drop a gear. When you're going to run out of energy, you are going to use gems in order to refresh it, since it's going to cost you only 50 gems. Then you are going to keep going and keep using sims in order to clear the heroic campaign and doing your best to get as many gears as possible that you are going to shatter. So I am in my collection and I'm going to enter the shatter menu, and those are the gears that I have gotten from refreshing my energy and clearing heroic last 2 chapters of it over 2 days. So that means that I have spent around 200 gems on this, and the result is going to show us if it is really worth it to invest in the chest that we have right now, even if the resources chest is not going to come back into the shop. So what do we have here? So the results show us that we have gotten almost as much as you get into a gear resources chest, but keep in mind that we have spent 50 less gems in order to get this, so it is more or less the same value, and it might be higher usually because I got dropped very little gears. So the conclusion is that farming campaign is almost as good as the old gear resources pack, and since we have proven that the old gear resources pack is better than the chest that is in the shop right now, then the conclusion is that farming campaign is going to be much better for you than spending your gems on the chest that is up right now. This was all for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope this was released soon enough for me to be able to stop you from buying this chest, and I hope you keep your gems safe and wait that great offer that hopefully is going to come in the future, but is definitely not this one. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe to the channel in order to support me.